Because we know every year, Brad Holmes, so far, 2 for 2, Brad Holmes finds somebody. I mean, the first year was Amon-Ra St. Brown. He fouled it up the second year, James Houston, Malcolm Rodriguez. Like this, it's not a matter of if, it's when. And this year, the draft's over with. And we've been talking a lot about Brian Branch, Jack Campbell, Jahmyr Gibbs, Hendon Hooker. But what about these other guys, right? What about a Brodric Martin? What about a Colby Sorsdahl? What about Antoine Green? What about these guys? And I want to ask you first, before I give my answer, I'll go last. Out of the players drafted, who is the Amon-Ra, the James Houston, the Malcolm Rodriguez in this class this year? Who do you think?
Well, I hope that it's Brodric Martin, because there's still a lot of questions. I know we've talked about it on a lot of shows. Did the Lions do enough to address the defensive line? Did they do enough to where they don't allow the franchise record for rushing yards in the game to the Carolina Panthers? Did they do enough to where they avoid scoring 45 points in a game and losing? And Brodric Martin, he was obviously somebody that they coveted. They traded up to get him. Brad Holmes traded up to get him. And if Brodric Martin has the type of impact that even, let's say, an Ali McNeil had when he was also drafted in the third round, I think this would really, really help their defense. All he has to do is become a rotational piece that gets snaps on the defensive line, is a linchpin in their run defense, and gets some interior pressure. If he does that, I think that Brodric Martin might end up being one of the better picks in the draft, because it was such a need. And I know I was a little bit puzzled with them waiting so long to do it, but maybe they saw something in Brodric Martin. I don't think he's the type of guy that's going to be game-wrecking or dominant, but I think he can be solid. Mm-hmm. And if he is solid, given the fact that they need a defensive line presence so much, I think that Brodric Martin can be seen as one of the better picks in this entire draft, like including first and second round, if he pans out.